Next up, we've got Joey Gaspierik from AnswerRocket.
Awesome. Okay. Well, first off, thank you so much for the opportunity to meet with you all and explain what AnswerRocket does and how we might be able to help from a Gen AI perspective. My name is Joey Gaspierik. I'm an account executive here at AnswerRocket. I've been with the company for 7 years, working with our global enterprise accounts. So excited to show you more about what we do. I'm going to start with a few slides that just give a little background and overview of the company. Then I'll do a live demo of our solution. And what is AnswerRocket? That's a good one to start with, right? Well, we're a Gen AI analytics solutions company, and we're really helping some of our customers that you see on the screen here accelerate their time to insight, and specifically for their business users' time to insight. And what that means is this is a sort of a visual representation of the problem that exists at all of our customers. I've been presenting a version of this slide for 7 years, and I think I'm batting 1,000 when I go into a business team or even an analytics team or an IT team and say, hey, here's the problem. And that is every user has access to data, whether that's in a dashboard or a spreadsheet or a pivot table, you name it, right? They've got access to this data. But usually they have questions, right? They see that they're losing volume or that something's going on with a competitor or their margins are seeing an issue and they want to know why is that? And if the IT team were there, they'd say, well, you can get to it on the dashboard that we've built for you. But the business users are like, no, 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 I don't want to filter anything. Anytime I do that, I get paralyzed. So I'm going to go to the analysts and ask them. And then that becomes a very expensive question to answer where the analyst gets pulled off of what they're doing and goes and gathers the right data and crunches the numbers and puts the analysis together and brings in the insights, the visualizations, packages it up, sends it back to that business user. And then the business user goes, oh, wow, this is a great answer. I've got 10 more questions. You've piqued my curiosity. Or that business user goes, no, 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 you looked at the wrong part of the business. Try again. And this time go look at this metric or this region, whatever it might be. This is called the vicious cycle. Every time that analyst goes off and tries to answer that question, it takes hours or sometimes even days to get something back to the business. And the business is left waiting. So when you talk to business users, and I've talked to thousands of them over the years, they go, you know what? I don't even ask the question because this process, it takes way too long. And I don't have time. I've got a meeting I got to get to. I've got strategy I have to set. So they usually just guess and they make a informed guess. It's an educated guess, but it's one that they ultimately are leaving some information on the table. And when I talk about our users are those business teams or the folks that are on the business, finance, sales, marketing, supply chain, you name it. They're the folks who are the users of our platform. But usually they're being enabled by the analytics team, insights, IT teams, and these teams are being tasked. There's a mandate from the CEO that's going out that says, "Hey, I want in on this Gen AI thing, and I want to go and enable our business users with this so that we can defeat the vicious cycle that I just showed you." And then those enabling teams, your chief analytics, chief insights, CIO, they're all going, all right, well, what can we do? We've got two things we can do here. One of them is, and a lot of people are going off this route where we can build something, right? Maybe we go off and build and use the tools that we have. And in this case, maybe what we see is a lot of RAG solutions, sort of getting those low hanging fruit, unstructured data use cases. But whenever you get into the structured data analysis, that's where we see a lot of our enterprise customers running into issues. And this is where we can really help with that, where we say, okay, we get it. You're down the path. You've made some decisions architecturally or with your AI toolkit, and you're trying to really just sort of crack the code here on how do we get through to this Gen AI use case for structured data. Well, there's a lot of things that we can do to meet you where you are. And we can leverage that existing architecture and provide some Gen AI expertise from everything from prompt iteration to semantic modeling to agentic orchestration, you name it, right? And then across your tech stack, whether we're agnostic to where your data lives, it could be in any cloud. You could be looking at any LLM or AI toolkit or BI tools or end user applications. Any of these things we can work with and have worked with to deliver a Gen AI experience that's custom to your business and your needs. And then there's the other side of the coin for those enablers where they're saying, instead of building something, I want something that I can deploy now to accelerate this Gen AI journey that we're on. And that's where our solution comes in. And this is the solution we've been building we've been building pieces of it for 10 years. We've been integrated with Gen AI over the past 2.5 years. And this is Max AI. This is what I'm going to demo for you in just a moment. Max is an AI assistant. It's conversational. So in that vicious cycle where your users sort of type a question to the analyst and ask, hey, can you help me with this? You type that question to Max in the same language that you would to that analyst. It's connected to the data. We're going to query this data directly where it lives, whether structured or unstructured. All of this is in a data warehouse or some sort of vector database in our customer's environment, or it could be in our environment, doesn't matter. Skilled in advanced analytics. What this means is I'm not just going to answer those easy what questions. I want to know why. I want to know the drivers behind something. I want to know what happens next. The questions that business teams really need answered that usually take a long time, hours, days plus. And then safe and secure. We've been at this for 10 years working with enterprise customers. You saw the logos on the first screen. So, all the enterprise security protocols we can integrate with. So with that, let me jump into a demo while I have some time left here. I'm going to jump into one of our demo environments. This is on some pasta sales data on the pasta category in the US. This is Nielsen data, if you're familiar with that. And this data lives in an Azure Synapse data warehouse in the background. You can see I've got it connected to Max AI. In Max, I've got this user experience that's very clean where I can see some of the things that are available to me. These are the types of skills that are available in this environment. Skills are just areas or different types of analytical capabilities that you can use to run analysis. Users don't even need to know that. They just need to know questions. And I'm going to go in and just say, how is pasta doing? I could ask this in any language. I could do a number of different types of variations of this question. It's a vague question. How is pasta doing? What Max is going to do is try to interpret this question into what it thinks I'm looking for. So in this case, it's running a trend analysis. It runs this out of the box. These visualizations are out of the box. You can customize anything you see here, whether it's the chart or the insights below this. But what Max is going to do, it says, all right, I'm going to say, how is it doing over time? That's a trend analysis. So it shows me this with some insights that it generates. All of this is happening on the fly. And for the insights, it's more just, trend insights. Where is it up? Where is it down? What months are high? What are low? And you can see I get the growth, I get the actual values, I get the difference in those values, just sort of that out of the box look at the trend over time. Now I'm going to have a conversation. I'm going to say, hey, do that by brand. I mean, you could ask this a million ways. Can I see that by brand? Can you show me that broken out by brand? Every user's different. They will all ask it differently. Max will respond the exact same way by running that trend analysis again. It's going to hold on to my context, and it's going to break it out by brand and then update below here my insights. So here it's even telling me that it looks like Mueller's increased and Barilla increased. And also there was another brand in here, Buitoni, who's increasing as well over time in that same time period. So I'm going to say, why is Buitoni? This is another one. So whenever I look at Buitoni, in this case, I'm going to ask it, why is Buitoni up? This is, again, a very vague answer. Or a question, excuse me, why is something up? So what Max does, it goes, all right, I'm not going to run a trend analysis here. I'm going to go run a market share analysis. And in the market share analysis, this is where it gets very complex. And this just goes to show we can get custom with these skills. All of our customers are doing something different. Here, they're saying when we break out share, we want to look at, change versus year ago. I want to see it against all of the other competitor brands. I want to see these types of metrics and how those might have impacted share. So you get a lot of information on these different charts, not to mention I can look at the subcategories, the states, the segments, the base sizes. But then below all of this, what a user would have to do is look at those numbers and make sense of it. Well, not anymore, because Max, as the AI assistant, is going to look across those things and say, all right, here's your performance overview. It's a notable increase in share. It rose from 1.5 to 7.2. The growth supported by a 14% increase in sales. 18% rise in volume. You had a 3.4 decrease in volume price, and your distribution is also up 38.13%. So these are the types of insights that a brand manager or a business user at a company that maybe sells Buitoni would go, oh, here's the levers I need to pull to continue to see this rise. Not only that, but I'm getting information on my competitors and what's going on there. And then also segment and regional, right? Where it's telling me that filled pasta and the remaining wheat categories are where we're seeing the strong growth. And it's telling me that Michigan's seen a slight decline as well. So the other thing I'll do here is I'll say, what are the top 3 challenges facing the pasta market? And I'm going to ask it to research what are the top 3 challenges. And I'm asking it to research this because I don't want it to hit that underlying database. I want it to actually hit some unstructured data that we have here. And this is just a article that we found by Technavio. And what it's doing here is finding an answer to the question, what are the top 3 challenges? Increasing demand for local flavors and varieties, a prominence of health and wellness in pasta, growing prominence of private label, and then it cites where that answer is coming from. So now I have not only my structured data in these questions above, but also it's paired with the unstructured, and it's running that sort of RAG skill across that. And then I can ask it to, can you summarize this thread into an email for my friend Jason? And let's see, and what was I going to say? And translate it to Spanish. Sorry, I couldn't remember what trick I wanted to ask Max to do, so apologies there, as I had a little bit of a brain fart. And here it goes. It's just take the same analysis that I've done in this thread, but you can see it's doing this in Spanish for me, and now I can copy and paste this and send it off to my team. So that's a very quick introduction and demo of what we're doing. Just to leave you with this, we're an end-to-end services company. Like I said, we've got a solution we could get right off the shelf to accelerate your journey. But if you're starting out on your journey, or if you're halfway through and you're trying to crack that structured data analysis problem or any other problem related to analysis with GenAI, we're an analytics, so GenAI analytics solution provider that can go end-to-end, all the way from the preparation to the development to the deploying your GenAI solution. So we'd love to help you on that journey. I know I'm about a minute and a half over. I apologize for that. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thanks very much, Joey and AnswerRocket. Really enjoyed the demo, and looks like a great solution. So if you guys want to book a follow-up with AnswerRocket, you can see the full demo by booking via the link in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.